Novak Djokovic. What do you think?
Well, I think so too, because you can't just go along playing without a coach or somebody to at least put you in a professional advice. Agassi has been a very wonderful player.
Yeah.
He has won the WTP one or two occasions. He has been so outstanding. I believe he will surely take Djokovic to the height again.
You think he'll take him to the next level?
Yeah. He's trying to be #1 back. And I believe with Agassi by his side now, with dedication and commitment, I believe he might get there. Not now, but very soon.
Yeah, and I think Novak Djokovic has really chosen his trainers and his coaches wisely. I mean, he had Boris Becker, world leader, former world champion, several Grand Slam winners, one of the most exciting tennis players in his time, and now he's just going to get someone that we can even call a more exciting tennis player. Andre Agassi will put some fire in his belly, yeah, and I think it will take him to another level. So watch out, men's tennis world, because with this perfect combination, Agassi and Novak Djokovic, I think is a winning formula. It will be very, very, very difficult to break down this combination. Right, still on tennis, we'll say a very happy birthday to Ademore. Ademore is 30 years old. Wish you very best. And at 30, you are smarter, wiser, calmer, and more composed now. And back playing the best tennis of your life, which we have missed for some time. A little deep in form, but I think just like it happened with Roger Federer.
Okay.
I think that is just welcome to fatherhood. After a while, I'm sure he will bounce back, and Ademore, I think him to come back. Maybe not in the French Open, but Wimbledon is his thing. When Wimbledon comes, we will see him flying for sure. And today, on the 26th of May, there was a fire at the All England Tennis Club, Wimbledon, and the 21 firefighters had to be called out, and they did eventually put the fire out, but it caused a little bit of damage on one of the practice courts. But it's nothing to be alarmed about. It will not affect Wimbledon. Still a couple of months or so, a month or so away, and I'm sure everything will be tic-tac and back in place in no time at all. Now we're going to go to boxing. The city of Sheffield is buzzing right now. Oh, they're going boxing crazy with their own special son of the soil. Kell Brook is fighting in his hometown, in the stadium of the football team. Is always going to be fighting American Errol Spence Jr., who is another explosive boxer in the IBF welterweight division, and the fight is going to be tonight. What do you think? What do you think will win?
I'm not a good fan of boxing, but I believe our own man, Kell
Brook,
will surely take the day.
I am into my boxing. I love my boxing. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, this is a very dicey one. You're taking a big gamble, Kell. A really big gamble. Be careful, because this guy he's very intelligent. He can fight too, and yeah, I look at Kell as the #1 in the world in that division, and I look at what's his name again, Errol, as a very close second, and there's very, very tiny little bit between them. But my little concern about Kell Brooks is that he's not a heavy puncher. He punches quick and good and sharp, but he doesn't put people to sleep. He's not an explosive heavyweight boxer. And I'm not talking category. I'm talking of the power of the punch now. You know, he's not heavy. But I mean, if he doesn't get too cocky, because in all the interviews I've been seeing him being very confident, a little bit overconfident to a certain extent. So as long as it's not too cocky and it doesn't go and walk right into an uppercut or something, he'll be fine. I think on points, I think it will go the distance without a shadow of doubt. And if there's going to be a knockout, it could go either way. But I'm still chip in Kel Brooks to pull this one off because of the home support and everything. He cannot afford to lose Sheffield. No way. He cannot afford to lose there. That's not going to happen. But you never know. Boxing, it only takes one punch.
One punch, the person is down.
Yeah. And also George Groves. George, what's happening to you? He'll be fighting Fendor Chudidon. Sorry. Yeah, Chudinov. Fendor Chudinov. And come on, George, this is it now. Fuck. I mean, you can't. This is your entire career depends on this now. You're gonna be. If I was you, I'd be saying to myself, you know what? This is my life. This is my entire career. It's make or break now. And he's had several. Wouldn't it be lovely to see him win that fight? He would leap from here to the moon. He really, such a nice fella. You know, he keeps getting down, getting up again, and he never lets anything put him down. And I tell you what, you're doing the right thing. You never know, this might be your day. Wishing you well as well, John Groves. So, all you boxing fans, make sure you stay tuned tonight and you watch some boxing. And we'll be analyzing when next we meet. We'll be discussing the results of these boxing bouts without a shadow of doubt. We're going back to football now. And Michael Owen, what is this controversy about Michael Owen? Ambassador for Liverpool and ex-Liverpool player. Obviously he did play for Manchester United a bit as well. And first of all, when Liverpool appointed him to be an ambassador, the fans were a bit, they didn't like it. They were a bit skeptical because they didn't like the fact that he went to Manchester United. And then he was commentating on a football game, and when he was talking about Manchester United, he said, "We." We, Manchester United. So there's a massive campaign. A lot of signatures have been signed. Liverpool fans want him to be struck off as an ambassador, as a Liverpool ambassador to football. What do you think? Do you think it's fair on him?
Well, by me saying we doesn't mean that he's back to Man United.
Absolutely.
So
maybe a slip of tongue?
Maybe a slip of tongue. So you fans of Liverpool, you need to cool down and allow the man to continue to be his ambassador.
I'm finding excuses for you now, Michael. Yeah, it's a very interesting one, but I think it's a bit out of order. I'm Liverpool. I know how passionate we are about this club, and you can't. You just can't. What were you drinking? What you on, Michael? You can't say we when you're talking about Manchester United.
It should be a slip of tongue, but he has made that mistake. So he has to retrieve back the mistake and...
Well, you're going to need to buy Liverpool fans a lot of candy. Right. And happy birthday to Paul Gascoigne, Gaza. What do you think about Gaza? He's 50 years old today. Congratulations, many years to come.
Wish you the best of luck.
Do you see Paul Gascoigne as a wizard, a hero, or a villain?
A villain too, because during his own time he
shot himself in the foot.
Shot himself on the foot, really. So
Paul Gascoigne, my favorite footballer, lived his life, happy-go-lucky fella. One of the nicest guys you ever find in sports. Honestly, it's really nice. Open door for people. He's very, very nice, very people-friendly. You know, fantastic human being. And you know what, Paul, you know, sometimes position of power, fame is difficult to handle. But I tell you what, I doff my heart for you, because you know what, you're getting on with it. You're taking all the challenges, yeah? You're not allowing yourself to be knocked down, and you're moving on. And we'll celebrate many more years of Paul Gascoigne. Well done, mate. Take care of yourself. Right? And then next we're going to talk about UEFA Europa League final, which featured Manchester United, your darling team, and Ajax. Right. I personally think that Ajax showed Manchester United too much support on the night. They're a young team, but I've seen them play against Lyon. And if they had come up and played the way they played against Lyon, that would have been a very, very fantastic final. I mean, Manchester United, honestly, credit to them, they didn't have to do much. All they needed to do was stop Ajax from playing, which they did successfully. And telling you, Ajax, in my opinion, showed them too much respect. What do you think?
Well, you know, Man United from beginning we have a very nice coach, a tactical coach that studies football as a whole. So he knew that the only way to stop Ajax is to stop them from playing their best game. And that was what Mourinho really did.
Yeah.
And that was the main edge out of Ajax. If not, they are very, very good players. Though young but talented players. As soon as he stopped them from playing their free flow of games, everything become neutral.
Absolutely.
So that was why Man United could get edge out of them. Even a cow, I've forgotten from which country, says Man United is losing. But
a cow.
yeah, even in UK as a whole, they never supported Man U. Everybody was thinking that. Even I know, even from Man United supporters, some were even saying Mourinho is one of the most useless coach. Why does he have to forget about the league and concentrating on this UEFA? That at the end of the day, if you feel, but the guy knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. And look, it was a big gamble. Jossy, I respect you. It was a massive, massive gamble, because I can reveal that as far back as weeks before the Champions League final, several weeks before, Manchester United players have been concentrating on playing for the Europa final. And when they eventually qualified for the final, they stopped preparing for Premiership games. Every single training session was aimed and targeted at Ajax. And I'm telling you, it takes a brave man to do that. We saw what happened last season with Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. He failed, even though he reached two finals, one European final, Europa, and I think the League Cup final. But he failed because he sacrificed a Premiership position for that. He was absolutely certain that he would get a trophy, but it didn't work out. I think, what can we call Jose Mourinho now? He's got many titles. The special one, somebody call him the cocky one, some people call him the big head one, but is it now the tactical one?
The tactical one now.
Because to be honest with you, he is a master tactician. Nobody is better than stopping teams playing their style of football than Jose Mourinho. Well done, mate. Well done. And with that, that makes 5 English teams in the Champions League. They didn't even go into Champions League proper. Why will Liverpool have to go through the qualification series? And that makes it 6 teams for the United Kingdom. Well done. Now, what we're saying now, out of these teams in the Champions League, who do you think has got the best chances of probably? Will you see? Are you looking at a few months down the line, 1 year down the line, British teams and 2 British teams in the semi-final?
Well,
or English teams?
I believe this coming season we might see, might not be maybe quarter-final, semi-final. But if let's say Chelsea, they are still consistent on what they are doing, I might see them in the final.
Of the Champions League?
Yeah. If they still continue to play what they are playing, we might see them there. The only thing is Man City and Man U, let's see their market, let's see what they go out to buy.
Right, okay.
That is what will determine where they are going.
Okay.
But Liverpool and
Tottenham,
I don't see them.
they will struggle.
They will struggle.
Yeah.
Well, let's just keep our finger crossed, wait for Man City and Man U. Let's see what they go to the market to get for. I will pick it from there to know maybe they will get to the final.
Absolutely. We said that about Leicester last season, didn't we? And what did they go and do? They just went and made it to the what? Semi-final?
Semi-final.
The last British team surviving. They're full of surprises, I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, people might not believe this. That was Claudio Ranieri's plan. They sacked him because they thought he wasn't paying attention to the league season. But he prioritized. He knows he's won the league. He's never going to win the Premiership again. Never, ever going to win it again. And he knows that the next thing is to aim a little bit higher, reach for the sky, and touch the ceiling. You know, You said, you know what, let's go, let's have a go at Champions League and see how far we can go. And look how far they got. Yeah, I know that Shakespeare took over, but I'm telling you, took over exactly what Claudio Ranieri's done, and he just took it to another level. And Leicester, you never know. We might see Celtic in the quarterfinal. And on that note, we're going into Scotland, and Celtic, are they the true untouchables? Do you think that they would go through this season without losing any game?
Well, I believe we don't really know the result now. I think it is 1-1 before, so we don't know.
The last we checked, it was 2-1 Celtic.
Okay, so they are untouchable.
And is that, I think that is a result as well. It's 2-1 to Celtic, and that means they've gone the entire season unbeaten. They are in the Champions League.
In fact, they break the record. I don't think any club has ever
scored 100 goals.
100
They
goals.
went for everything. They broke all kinds of records.
Every record they break it. So kudos to them.
Under a manager that I can call the gentle one, Brendan Rodgers. They are not. They will not walk into the first top 4 teams or top 5, 6 teams in the Premiership, and it's going to do that in Scotland. Of course, there's competition in Scottish football.
Yeah.
A lot of people say there's no competition. I don't believe that. There is competition in Scottish football. I watch a lot of Scottish football, and I'm telling you, yeah, obviously, it is not as good and great and big as the Premiership, but there is a lot of competition in Scottish football, and it's a very, very exciting league indeed. Now, Brendan Rodgers, the smooth and silent operator, slowly and gradually, he's got this team together, got them playing incredible, fantastic football, and he's getting outstanding results. What do you think of the man?
Well, Brendan Rodgers is a very quiet, but
a silent one.
a silent, has his own plan how to do things. And ever since he has been with Celtic, he has been a wonderful and a fantastic coach. And I believe he's taking them to a higher and a greater place. Even in this Champions League, we don't know what might happen.
First of all, do you think that with this team that Brendan Rodgers has got, this is just an assumption, it will never happen. With this team that Brendan Rodgers has got, do you think that they would walk into the Premiership and hit top 4 position?
No, we still need to go to market to
Mix
build them up.
Absolutely.
Mix them up before he can really perform that.
Yeah, and supporting what you said, he would definitely, if he were to play in the Premiership, he would get more money than he's getting in Scotland.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to buy more quality players. And then, you never know, mid-table, top 6, top 7 maybe. You know, they're playing fantastic football.
They are really playing fantastic.
Yeah. And do you see Brendan Rodgers being the manager at the beginning of next season? Or do you see him being in Chelsea for too long? Because, in Celtic, sorry, for too long, because I know that with his quality and with what he's achieving so far, he will want to set himself targets and say, look, I've won everything with Celtic, let me go to the next level. Do you see him moving abroad, for instance? I know he'd love to manage abroad.
Yeah, I believe he wants, but for now, I believe maybe 1 or 2 seasons he will still want to be with them.
Still have work.
But we can't really say in 2, 3 seasons to come. But for now, I don't think he have any set goal of going out.
Okay.
He still wants to be with them and continue where he has finished.
So you believe he will be with them for a while?
Yeah. Let's say 2 more seasons, he might still be with them. But if other big clubs now bring in big money, I believe he might decide to. But for now, it's like
that's another situation. Right. Okay. Now managers in and out. Watford manager Walter Matsari, we know that he has left. He never really cracked it with the players. He didn't get on. Rumors have it that he didn't get on with Troy Deeney, the Watford captain, and a few players. He lost control of the dressing room apparently. Couldn't speak English. Didn't want to speak English. Didn't make any attempt to do that. Wasn't very interested in the job. He's a good manager. He's a really good manager. Got good reputation. What do you think went wrong?
First and foremost, it's like he lost the dressing room.
Yeah.
Inability for him to speak good English is part of his major problem.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he started very well,
Yeah.
but towards the continuation of the game, that is where you see things started falling apart. And
Yeah.
if you are not good with maybe your captain or any other big players in the team, you know, it's a very big problem.
Yeah.
So when he lost the dressing room, just like Jossy with Chelsea,
Yeah.
so that's what really happened. And what I saw in football today, you cannot ask players to go. It's
Yeah.
the coach that
Oh yeah.
we have to
The coach
go.
always, yeah.
The coach is always.
The coach always gets yeah.
So he lost the dressing room
Yeah.
and inability to communicate. Because
Yeah.
communication is one of
It's
the
crucial,
key
yeah.
points in,
Yeah.
in
Very,
anything.
very.
And in football, if you cannot communicate with your players,
Yeah.
so
Agreed.
he lost that because the communication is poor.
Yeah.
And the dressing room, there's nothing to hold on again. So that was why
Yeah.
he lost everything out.
Well, the news is that news just coming through this afternoon is that Watford have a new manager. We know that All City manager left as well, and despite the fact that all the bookmakers and a lot of rumors have it that he was going back to Porto, he was going to go to Porto, back to Portugal, he has actually been named today as the manager of Watford. So the All City manager is now the manager of Watford. Merry-go-round, managerial merry-go-round, as we say. Sunderland's manager David Moyes is gone. Do you expect to see him managing another Premiership team next season, or is he going to go down into the Championship?
I doubt if he will see any Premiership club now. Because every Premiership club now, they need a visionary tactician coach. And David Moyes has lost that now.
Yeah,
He has lost that. So he just have to go back to his drawing board. Maybe take sabbatical leave.
Yeah,
Maybe 1 year sabbatical leave.
yeah.
Rest your brain, rest your mind, and when you are coming back, you might. But for now, I don't think any Premier League we want to call it. I don't think so. I don't think so. They are not interested. They are not.
Big Sam Allardyce and Crystal Palace. That was a shock, wasn't it? He left Crystal Palace. That was an absolute shock.
Well, Sam Allardyce is you cannot really predict him in some point of time. And the man have really tried. At least he rescued Crystal Palace from
Never been
their-
relegated.
Never been relegated. So he tried. What he was saying is that he wants to have a rest.
Yeah, he's had enough of football.
He has
wants to be
enough
a
of
family
football.
man.
Yeah.
But we've had that with the likes of what's this man? Redknapp. My knee is dodgy, and now he's back at Birmingham. A lot of people, a lot of punters and people seem to think that Allardyce will be back in football. Do you see Allardyce being back in football?
I don't think. Why even Allardyce accepted Crystal Palace in the first way is to bring back himself. You know, with the sacking
he had
of
the England
he had this England issue. So he was saying that he just came so that he might just allow that to go. That now everything has calmed down. So he wants to have a rest and enjoy his. So I doubt maybe
his family.
Yeah, I doubt
children.
maybe he will come back.
Me too. I think
I doubt that.
I'm with you on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Gary Monk has left Leeds United, and there's rumours saying being linking him with the Sunderland job. Gary Monk said that things didn't work out. They couldn't reach an agreement with the meeting he had with the owners, and he is now out of the job, but yet to be confirmed. He's been heavily linked with Sunderland. We're going to preview the Champions League final now. Juventus or Real Madrid? Who do you think is going to win it?
Real Madrid.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So they're going to deny Gianluca Buffon of the trophy that he has been longing for all his life.
Because one thing with Real Madrid, when they get to final, they never lose. They do everything possible to win it. So looking at this year, looking at this time Champions League, Real Madrid has been in the final now Juventus, they are there. They are very good. They have a very good keeper. There are some guys there that are so fantastic.
Probably have the best defense in the world.
Defense in the world, but
and they don't forget that they are a team that don't like to lose as well. It is going to be very difficult to beat them. And in contrast to them, Real Madrid's got a bit of a dodgy defense.
like one of my friends was saying the other time that Ronaldo being footballer of the year, sometimes most of this referee or linesman they overlook his sometimes he commit foul, but they overlook some of it. But I believe
so he gets decisions go his way.
Yeah, sometimes. But I believe Real Madrid is clicking to that cup.
Yeah.
It might be odd goal.
Yeah, I'm also with you on that. Maybe a 2-1, maybe even goalless, 1-1 penalty. But I think at the end of the day, it might be Real Madrid.
It might be Real Madrid.
It is theirs to lose, in my opinion. They are the more attacking team.
Yeah.
But Juventus is the more defensive one.
Football, defensive.
Right, we're finishing now. It's been a great pleasure having you guys with us. I would like to thank Mr. Francis again for being there to support us. Thank you very much, and keep it locked and tuned to Heritage Television each and every Saturday with Jossy on Sports, Heritage Sports Steady Time. So until next Saturday or when we meet again, we say goodbye to you, and please continue to tune in and log into Heritage TV. Take care, God bless. Have a nice weekend, and have a good bank holiday.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries, and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.